Hey guys, my name is Mike and this is Hidden Creek Homestead. So earlier this morning, my wife let the dogs out. And she got a little bit of footage on her cell phone of Big Jake doing his first crow. He sounds a little funny. I'll put that footage right here. Not the most majestic sounding crow, but I'm just happy he's crowing. So this past Saturday, my wife and I were out running errands, and as we're driving down the street, I see out of the corner of my eye yard sale, and it looked like they had some stuff sitting out on the lawn that was couldn't have been more hand-picked for me here in the homestead and what I'm looking for. We ended up picking up 3 different things from this yard sale, and then as we left the yard sale, I happened to discover another great find. So Saturday was my lucky day. So I'm gonna get these animals fed and looked over, and then I'm gonna show you guys one by one everything that we found at the yard sale and then afterwards too. All right, who's hungry? Used to going that way, but tricked you. We're going this way this time. Come on. I see you did a number on that lettuce we left you, huh? Big Jake, you were exposed on the internet just now. I let them all hear your sad crow. You gotta work on that, dude. Kind of embarrassing. All right, you guys ready? Bon appetit. Is it weird to talk to your chickens? Hope my friends never find this sound. You know they like you on video, right? That's the word on the street, what they're saying in the comments, yeah.
Yeah, the word in the comments section.
Yeah. So we came to a yard sale and we found a dump cart for an ATV. 20 bucks. It needs new tires, but it's not a problem. I think for 20 bucks we can live with that and work around it. So I'm gonna get this gentleman paid and get this loaded up. All right guys, we just got this thing home. Going over, just looking at it in the truck over here. It does need a little attention in some ares. I can't really expect more for 20 bucks, but there's something that we can't handle. I'm trying to get this thing turned around here one-handed. So I just kind of teetered it on the tailgate and then stood behind it and let it slowly touch down. Now we'll just flip her over. All right. As you can see, the bed has a lot of surface rust on it too. So we're gonna wire wheel that the best we can, get it painted. I was thinking about maybe even doing like a DIY bed liner, the whole thing in bed liner. This way it might give it a little bit more durability in terms of rusting again and scratching. So those of you guys that have been watching the channel know we've been going on and on about getting an ATV dump cart. So I was super happy with that find. So I found this hiding under the table. So this here is a McCulloch 3516 chainsaw. I don't know anything about chainsaws other than the fact that I need one with all these trees, and we have a lot of dead trees around that I gotta come down. So this is something I definitely needed on the homestead. Guy wanted 10 bucks for it. Now I also don't know anything about this brand. If it's a good brand, bad brand, should I have picked it up, should I have not? But for 10 bucks, I figured it's worth taking a look at it anyway. So he claims that he used it once or twice and the thing just won't start anymore. And that's all he knows. I think he's telling me sea stories personally, but maybe there's some truth to it, who knows? What I do know is that the pull start, the rope won't pull. That could mean that the engine seized up and shot, or it could simply just be that the spool itself is jammed up. So I think the first thing we're going to do is take the spark plug out and see if it'll turn that way. If any of you guys know anything about this brand or this chainsaw in particular, or any advice in general about chainsaws and areas that I should be looking first when I get into this, please let me know in the comments. I can use all the help I can get. There may be some truth to what he's saying, because these teeth are pretty sharp. They don't look like they've been chewed up at all. It doesn't look like it's been abused. You can see some dirt, just a little bit on the inside. It doesn't look terrible at all. So maybe he really did only use it once or twice, and it's not too bad. You know, maybe he did something real dumb and just ran it without putting oil in it and just gas or something and locked up the motor. Who knows? That I can tell that this primer bulb right here is gonna have to be replaced because it's got a crack in it. See that? That's gonna have to be replaced. And then again, that's locked up pretty good. So like I said, I'm gonna get the plug out and start investigating a little bit. I'm not gonna get too far into it today because I wanna show you the other two things that we found. Looks like it's been running a little bit rich, but not too terrible. All right, I guess next thing to do, I'm gonna go ahead and get this cover off and look in here and see what we see. All right, so the flywheel turns, but it's kind of tight. And then it gets to a certain point and it won't turn anymore. It'll go if you put a ratchet on it. It turns, but it should be moving freely, not tight like this. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. I think what I'm gonna do for right now is pour some oil into the spark plug hole. Just kind of let it sit there for a minute. Well, maybe overnight, and we'll come back to this another time. I don't want to bore you guys to death. It's not a chainsaw repair video, but just wanted to show you what we picked up. I may have gotten completely beat with this thing. Who knows? It's hard to tell. But we'll look at it a little bit more. Maybe make another video of that. But for right now, let's move on to what else we found. So I was just about to put this away, and sorry, I know we're back on this topic again. I put that ratchet on there like you guys saw, and I turned it a couple times and it started to loosen up. So I thought maybe somebody might have not had the correct oil mixture in the gas, or maybe just moisture from sitting might have caused the piston to stick a little bit in the cylinder. So I sprayed a little bit of penetrant, just like to loosen everything up in there. Just a little squirt down in the cylinder hole, and let it sit for a few minutes, and then I gave it a pull as if I was going to start it with the spark plug out, and it started turning how it should turn. So I think this might be okay. I can't test it. I don't have any 2-cycle oil to mix with gas, but I have to change this primer bulb over here anyway before we can even attempt starting it. So I'm gonna go ahead and order one of those up on the internet, and we'll change that. And in another video, hopefully we'll have this thing running, but I think we might be okay. The last thing that we found at the yard sale, it's kind of a silly, insignificant find, but something that I definitely need, especially with the quad and chainsaw and small gas engines that are typical around the Homestead. But let me get you turned around here. Hold on one second. We got some gas cans for $1. So always a useful acquisition to have around here. And I like to have separate ones because, you know, I can use this one for the quad, and because it just runs, you know, it's a 4-cycle engine, so 4-stroke engine rather, so I can just have regular gas. And I can save this one for small engines that have, you know, 2 strokes that have the oil and gas pre-mixed like on that chainsaw. So anyway, silly little thing, but hey, for $1, score in my opinion. So I know I said 3 items at $31. What is this about a bonus item? Well, I just happened to find something else that we completely need after the yard sale on Saturday. So I'll get you turned around and show you that now. So this is a tow behind seed spreader. Perfect. We got a tow behind cart, and I got a tow behind seed spreader. It's in pretty good shape. This trap door, or the door here that opens up so that your product can flow below and be distributed, is controlled by this cable, which is not in the greatest shape, as you can see. It does work, but the cable's, you know, old and crusty, so I'll have to put a new cable on. What I had in mind to use for that tow behind spreader, I don't know if you guys remember when I've taken you back to the woods in the summer, or when it's green back there, but there's all this growth. I'm not sure what kind of plant it is. It's not a grass. It's a leafy plant that has taken over that whole area. But the deers won't touch it at all. So they'll, you know, they only eat the corn pile that I put out for them and whatnot. So I think what I'm going to do is, you know, I'll take the ATV and maybe, you know, a drag behind cultivator or something come early spring, and I'll rip all that out, and I'll plant alfalfa and some other things for the deers to munch on, soybeans maybe, and that little spreader will be just a ticket to plant all that. Additionally, this area in the front of our house, you know, I guess you would call it our lawn, our front lawn, is completely deteriorated and full of weeds. Whoever had the house before us just did not maintain it at all. So I'm actually going around and trying to mulch up a lot of these leaves that fell and leave them here for organic matter to enrich the soil a little bit. So we're talking about maybe down on that side, fencing in another pasture area. So I might plant some maybe orchard grass or something there if you want to get sheep in the future. I don't know, but you know, we'll have another little pasture area there for animals, and then we can at least try to get some lawn going back here again, so it looks pretty decent in the front of the house. Besides that, there's pasture area in the back of the house. There's an area over here where we're talking about putting our shop. I haven't decided if I'm going to gravel all that or maybe put some pasture on the sides of that as well. And then I think I mentioned to you guys the other day that the property on that side of us, we might try to purchase. It's available. So we went and looked at it the other day. Maybe I'll put that in a video, I'm not sure. But we looked at it, and there's a steep ravine on the back half of it that will probably leave it alone, and it kind of connects to the woods where we hunt. So I think I'll just leave that as natural vegetation. But the front half of it, that has the road frontage side, we're talking about fencing that all in and making another pasture, probably about almost an acre or 2 acre pasture right there that we can utilize to have other animals. Who knows what we could have one day? Maybe we could put horses or cows or something. But that would be something that we really would like to get our hands on. It would just open up a lot of possibilities for us. So as you can see, a seed spreader really comes in handy for what we want to do here. I paid $15 for that. So I was looking at them online. I think they're about $80 if you get them brand new. So Saturday was a pretty good day. So there's Saturday's entire haul, guys. Not too bad if you ask me, right? I mean, we got, you know, the dump cart was $20, $10 for the chainsaw, and $1 for the gas cans. So there's your 31. And then 15 for the salt spreader. You could tell I'm used to living in New York, huh? The seed spreader. So while I haven't been to a yard sale in years probably, I'm not too good for them. I have no problem finding stuff that needs to be repaired. Sure, I can go out and buy the new stuff. I'm not destitute or hurting financially where I can't afford to go buy a dump cart or a chainsaw, but you know, there's something to be said about finding something that can be repaired that people just didn't want to maybe waste their time with or didn't have the time to deal with, and making it work for you. So get out there, guys, find your yard sales, and if you have the time or the know-how, maybe you can get something running for you or working for your homestead or wherever you are living for only a couple bucks. All right, so guys, thanks so much for being with me on this journey. We'll probably get that ATV cart up and running. That might actually be a video too, because it's going to be a little bit involved just because I got to get all that rust off of there and paint it. I got to do some work on the wheels and the hubs and whatnot. But that might be something we'll put in a video. But please like, comment, and subscribe if you guys get the chance. I'd really appreciate it. We're trying to grow this channel, and I can use all the help I can get. That's it for now. I saw some bucks on camera this morning, so I think I'm going to go do an afternoon hunt. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks, and be well.